Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Welcome once more, Lightwalkers. You've passed through the chambers of mind, of mirrors, of motion, and now you stand between two ancient pillars, light and shadow. This is the threshold of the fourth flame, the principle of polarity, a paradox wrapped in wisdom, a teaching that whispers. Opposites are no enemies, they are reflections of the same truth, observed from different ends of the current. Prepare to look beyond contradiction, prepare to see the unity behind duality. The Hermetic masters taught all things exist on a spectrum, heat and cold are not different forces, they are different degrees of the same essence. Temperature, love and hate, two ends of passion, fear and courage, two shades of perception. This is the secret. Opposites are illusions born from the limitation of the senses. In truth, all opposites are part of a single continuum. There is no absolute beginning or end, only gradients, only degrees, only shift in vibration and perspective. Let me tell you a story of the fire and the ice. A tale from the temple of two suns. Long ago, in a hidden desert, far beyond the maps of men, stood a forgotten temple, one that faced the rising sun from both the east and the west. It was said to be built by those who understood the secret of opposites, not as enemies, but as twins in disguise. Inside the temple lived two brothers, K, born of fire, and Drain, born of ice. K burned with passion, ambition and drive. Drain moved with calm calculation and stillness. From childhood, the brothers clashed. One always too hot, the other too cold. They fought over everything, how to lead, when to act, when to wait. Energy divided the temple. One day, a great storm, unlike any before, threatened to consume the entire desert. The temple would be buried unless the two could find harmony. In desperation, K tried to burn the storm away. Juen tried to freeze it, but neither could stop the chaos alone. At the peak of the temple, they stood side by side for the first time, not as opposites, but as complements. K offered it to drive the wind upward. Juen cooled it into mist. Together, the storm dissolved and the desert bloomed. From that day, they roamed not as fire and ice, but as balance, not enemies, but necessary reflections. What you call the opposite is only the other side of the same coin. Without cold, who understands it? Without fear, what is courage? Without the shadow, how does the light worker find their flame? The ancients encoded polarity into every sacred image. The black and white tiles of the mystery schools, the twin serpents of the caduceus, the yin and yang, the left hand and right hand path. Even the ark of the convener rested between two golden cherubim, dual guardians of the divine middle. The tree of knowledge bore the fruit of good and evil, but the tree itself was one. The sun and moon, fire and water, masculine and feminine, all dance in sacred opposition, not conflict. The mystic learns not to choose a side, but to learn how to navigate the space between. Lightwalker, here is where the real alchemy begins. For if opposites are the degree of the same thing, then you are never trapped. Hate can be transmuted into love by moving up the scale. Sadness can be transmuted into peace. Weakness into strength. This is the power of mental transmutation. Instead of fighting the opposite, the adept rises above it, changing its vibration, not its identity. For example, do not kill the darkness, you light a candle. This is how the Hermetist masters emotion, behavior, and energy, by knowing the scale and choosing to climb it consciously. But there is more. The true mystic knows truth does not lie at either extreme. Fanaticism and apathy are both distortions. True wisdom is found in the center point, the razor's edge where duality is dissolved. This is the middle path, not balanced by compromise, but integration through awareness. You don't just accept both sides, you learn to transcend polarity by understanding the oneness behind it. Think of electricity, positive and negative current, and between them flows power. You are the conductor of that current, a bridge between extremes, a living glyph of the sacred two becoming one. So now, Lightwalker, you hold the fourth flame, the wisdom of polarity. Your call is this: stop fighting opposites, start understanding them. Practice shifting perspective from lower emotion to higher truth. from fixed judgment to compassionate clarity. If you find yourself lost in duality, remember, truth is not either or, it is both and transcended. Let this be your invocation. I rise above the poles. I choose the middle flame. I walk the space where opposites kiss. The journey now leads us to the fifth principle, the law of rhythm, the internal beat of the pendulum, the wave, the breath of the cosmos. Click on the next video in this sacred series and join me as we uncover the sacred tides of time and spirit. Until then, live consciously, think symbolically, and remember, the poles are gates, not prisons. Rise above and walk free.